Hi, I'm Jim Vino. I'm here at the sacristy at St. Raphael Church in Raleigh, North Carolina. Today I want to go over the use of torches during our liturgy. They're a very important part of our liturgy, and the maintenance of them is also important. We need to make sure that they're always in good condition, they look nice, and they're ready to go for each Mass. The first thing I want to do is start off and explain the different pieces that we have. We have the stand with which the torches rest in. Then we have the globe. We have the candlestick, and we have the follower. And inside of the follower, you notice that we'll have a wick hanging out of the back of it. And this is what a brand new wick actually looks like. It screws into the end of the follower, and then the wick is actually looped inside the very end of this. This is a wick that somebody has actually pulled the other end out. Once this happened, they're not good to use anymore. So we need to be really careful not to adjust these. These come from the factory already adjusted so that they provide us with about 1.5 inch high flame during the ceremony. When you fill these up, you want to fill these up as full as you possibly can, all the way to the threads. And you just have to look into it to make sure you don't overfill it or underfill it. These will last for about 1 hour and 45 minutes once they're lit. And our longest liturgies usually don't last that long, so safe to say they'll last through most of the liturgies that we have. The first thing you want to do when you come in before Mass is you want to take a look at them to make sure they're clean and in good working order. You want to remove the globe, and the way that you do that is there's 2 set screws on each side of it, and you just unscrew them. You don't want to screw them in too tight once you put it back together. Everything just needs to be tightened, just a little bit. You don't want to over tighten anything. You don't want to damage this. Once you get the set screws unscrewed, you're just going to take the globe off and you're going to set the globe down. If the globe has soot in it, you want to take the globe over to the sink with this brush, run water through it and clean it out, and then dry it off with a paper towel. If it's got a lot of soot in it because somebody's got the wick up too high, you want to take this into the other sacristy area, which is also the nursing room where we keep all the incense and charcoal in. You can use that sink in there with soap and water. We don't want to use this sink with soap. So once you clean the globe, then there's 2 different options into filling the candles. I personally like to unscrew the candle from the base here and set it down. I find it's a little bit easier for me to visualize how much I have in there. And then you just want to take the liquid paraffin and you just want to fill it all the way up, like I said, to those lines. It takes about 4 ounces. And then once you do that, you're just going to put the end of the wick in it and then take the follower and screw the follower on top of it. Don't over tighten this. If you over tighten it, it's going to create a vacuum and it won't burn correctly. So once you have it filled, then you just screw it into the base. And then once you have it screwed into the base, like I said, don't over tighten it. You're going to take the globe and you're going to put the globe back on. And once you put the globe on, you've got the 2 set screws that you're going to gently tighten. And you do that so that it doesn't rattle around and make noise as we process into the church. Some people like to fill these while they're still in the stand. Basically what you need to do there is do not remove the wick. Don't screw the wick out of the top of the follower. You're going to take the entire follower out and you're going to lift it up and you're going to set that down. Then you're going to take some paper towels and you're going to put some paper towels around the candle base. The reason why you do this is if you make a mess and you pour it and it gets on the brass fixture, we don't want the finish to come off of it. This is corrosive and it may cause some damage to us, so we want to be very careful with it. So then you just take this and you just fill this up. And again, this one's pretty full, so I don't want to overfill it. And then we're just going to take, again, the wick, thread the wick down in, and then screw the follower back on top. Now you notice that the wick on the end of these, it doesn't look like much of it sticking out, but just to give you an idea of how high this flame actually will go, just with that little bit of the wick sticking out, once it starts burning, it's fairly substantial. And for our liturgy, this is all that we need. We don't need, if that flame is burning and you see black smoke, the wick is too high. I look at these once a week. I come in just to make sure everything's in good working order, replace the wicks if we need to. But really all that you really need to do on a daily basis when you're using these for the liturgy is just make sure they're clean and make sure they're full. We appreciate you being part of this ministry. Thanks a lot for looking at this video. And if you have any questions, just find me and ask me. Thanks a lot.